Hi, my name is Madison, and this is Danielle and I's Community Field Trip Linguistic Experience Project. For this assignment, we chose to reflect on the linguistic landscape of Clara J. King Elementary School in Cypress, California. This school is a Title I school in the Cypress School District.
The first aspect of the community that we will be going over is the ethnographic description. As researchers of the community, we completely immersed ourselves in our lives, cultures, and surroundings of the families that attend King Elementary.
As we mentioned before, Clara J. King is located in Cypress, California. The city of Cypress has a total population of 7,404 people that live there. Among these several thousand people, there is a lot of diversity that exists among their community. Of these 7,404 people, 39.5% are white, 32.5% are Asian, 19.9% are Hispanic, and 3.9% are African American. There are also a couple different majority languages spoken within this community. 61% of the population speaks English and 11% speaks Spanish. Located in Southern California, the amount needed to thrive and be successful is high. In Cypress, the median household income is $90,345. This means that some people may make more than this, and some people may make less than this amount.
Now that we have talked about the city of Cypress as a whole, we will break it down to the more individual level. Clara J. King Elementary School is in the Cypress School District. It is the only Title I school in this district. King Elementary has an after-school program on site and a preschool on site in order to best provide for the community. King Elementary is also 0.7 miles away from its neighboring elementary school, Los Coyotes Elementary School. Although they are very close, Los Coyotes Elementary is part of the Centralia Elementary School District. Since this neighboring school district is so close, we decided to research the school as well. We found that Los Coyotes is only 19.7% economically disadvantaged and has a higher Asian population at 45%, compared to King, which is 25% Asian demographics and is a much more diverse school. Even though these schools are a mile apart, we will display King's School Accountability Report Card on the next slide. Surrounding King Elementary, there are many different inviting aspects to the community. There are many apartments and local stores that make it convenient and easily accessible. In addition, Arnold Cypress Park is located a few blocks away from the school, creating a space for children to play and parents to interact with other families. Just behind the park, John F. Kennedy High School is located in a central location.
This slide shows two different charts that will explain different aspects about the demographics and student enrollment of Clara J. King Elementary School. In the top chart, we can see the percent of student enrollment by group for the 2017-18 school year. I'm going to go through these percentages just so that you can gain a picture of the demographics in different groups that are represented at this school. In regards to total enrollment in the whole school, African Americans make up 4.5% of the students, American Indians make up 36.6%, Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders make up 0.9%, and whites make up 61.6% of the total population. This chart also lists the percentage of socioeconomically disadvantaged students at the school. At Clara J. King Elementary School, 61.6% of students are socioeconomically disadvantaged, and 20.1% of students are English learners. In addition, of the total population at Clara J. King, 9.3% of students are students with disabilities, and of the total enrollment, 0.9% of the students are foster youth. Moving on, the bottom chart lists the student enrollment by grade level in the 2017-18 school year. I think this is also important to include as it gives a visualization of what level all of the students are at. In kindergarten, there are 97 total students, and in first grade, there are only 63 students. In second grade, there are 62 students, and there are 75 students in third grade. Moving into fourth grade, there are 76 students and 75 students in fifth grade. Jumping a little, there are 88 students in grade 6, totaling out at 536 students at the whole school. It is interesting that kindergarten and 6th grade have the highest amount of students, with the grades in between having up to 30 students less.
For this assignment, we drove around the community surrounding King Elementary School. We took pictures of different languages that we noticed on businesses surrounding the school. We will be discussing the impact of these visual images on the students and the community.
Through our field trip, we noticed that there was a lot of Korean language present throughout the community. The Cypress community is impacted every day through seeing visual representations of the Korean language around their city. Although our research showed that Cypress is a diverse community, we saw that this specific area had a strong Korean influence. We also noticed that many of the businesses surrounding King Elementary are small businesses, instead of corporate chains that are sometimes seen.
Both of the pictures on this slide are from the same center that is located next to the school. We see a cleaners, a restaurant, and a tutoring center. In addition to these three stores, there is also a 7-Eleven that is not pictured. We see in both of these pictures that the store names are written in English, but also have Korean on each storefront describing the business. We noticed that each store name also has Korean in a smaller font on the main store advertisement, in addition to displaying both English and Korean on the windows.
These next pictures show a spot and a hair place that are located near the school. As seen in the last pictures, the signs for the businesses display both English and Korean. This shows the importance of having the language displayed in the stores. We also recognize the importance of having small businesses, as we had not seen many larger businesses. We found that there were many spas as we were driving around the community.
The pictures on this slide depict different beauty salons that exist in the community. Both of the pictures depict the main title of the establishment listed in English, with a Korean title listed to the side of it. While we may not know what the Korean symbols mean because we are native English speakers, we can use context clues to figure out what they are advertising. In the picture on the top right, this establishment is a hair salon. We are assuming that the symbols right next to the main sign say hair salon or something along the same lines. There are also Korean symbols in really big lettering in the top of the window. We wonder if these symbols are advertising specials or sales that the hair salon may be running. The picture on the left is of a skincare establishment in which the word beautiful is written next to the main sign. Underneath the English word beautiful, there are Korean symbols. We are guessing that these symbols are either translating to beautiful or skincare. While us English speakers may not be able to read the Korean symbols on these establishments, we would still be able to walk in and receive services. By using Korean symbols, we can assume that these businesses are catering to their Korean population that are located and reside in this part of Cypress, California.
For our final picture, we found another tutoring center that is located near the school. We noticed that there were various educational centers that were located in the community. As seen on this picture, this tutoring center also advertises in Korean.
Through our time spent in the community, we wanted to make connections for how this information could be used within the classroom. We think that it is important to give students the ability to use their home languages inside of the classroom. As teachers, we can display different languages in the classroom to show that students' home languages are to be celebrated. By using different languages, it allows students to learn about different cultures that are represented in the student community. We want to ensure that all students feel valued and respected inside the classroom.
Next, we are going to discuss implications and benefits of doing this kind of detective work in our schools' communities. We found this assignment really useful, and it allowed us to gain a lot of information that we could use if we ever worked in Cypress, California, or more specifically at Clara J. King Elementary School.
After doing our investigation of the community around King Elementary School, we came up with a number of implications and benefits of doing this kind of activity when working in our school communities. We found that this kind of detective work allows for educators to understand the different cultures and become aware of the different types of students who make up our classroom community. We also discovered that it can give educators clues into how to be culturally responsive in the classroom through recognizing students' cultures and beliefs and creating a safe space for them to be themselves. As teachers, we can learn about the different cultures and languages present in the community, and we can encourage our students to bring their home languages into the classroom to positively influence their learning. This can allow students an outlet to express themselves in a language they may feel most comfortable with. Another benefit of doing this kind of activity is that it gives teachers the awareness of all the different kinds of resources in their community that are nearby to the school. In most cases, if a child is going to a specific school, they must live in the surrounding communities. When teachers are aware of the different programs that exist within the community, they are able to recommend resources to families and parents, including after-school programs, different sport programs, different educational activities such as museums, and other places. Lastly, when doing detective work in the community surrounding a school, teachers can learn a lot of different opportunities that may present themselves, such as an opportunity for the class to take a field trip to one of these establishments. Thank you for listening to our presentation.